had a really great game in Washington. Is that just indicative of, you feeling strong and confident in camp so far?
Yeah, 100%. I think this camp specifically, I feel like I'm in the best condition of my life. Worked pretty hard this summer on conditioning and things like that to get ready. So, obviously their roster wasn't as great as probably an NHL roster would be, but I felt like we had a young, fast team in that game. So I just tried to play that style.
Was part of your process this summer because of maybe how things went towards the second half of the year was to build up that strength to be more consistent throughout the year?
No, not really. I mean, I think my workout plan is pretty much the same every year. I rely on Derek and Dan. They kind of take care of everything, and I think from my years here, they've really taken care of us in the summer, whether it's meals or plans and stuff like that. They've done a ton of renovations here, so the way they take care of us in the summer is amazing. So I really like sticking around here, and Dan and Derek have a great plan, and I feel, like I said, I feel like I'm in the best best shape of my life heading into the season.
It's obviously mostly NHL roster now in camp and in the room here. One guy that's still here is Jet Lichenko. What have you seen from him in terms of on and off the ice? On the ice, obviously we know he's got the speed and fitness. What have you seen from him maybe just overall?
Yeah, I've been really impressed with him and Michkov, just how mature they play. Jet, you can see as a center, it's not easy to to step into an NHL game, even if it's just preseason, and play with NHL guys. So he's done a really good job, in my opinion, of just being responsible and letting his instincts take over. He's not really thinking too much. So he's a really good player. Hopefully. I don't really know what their plan is with him, but he's played well enough, in my opinion, so far to remain with the team, whether it's practicing or getting in a couple more preseason games. So definitely been really impressed with a lot of guys.
A lot of guys over the last year or so have told me that you sort of serve as a welcoming guy for the young guys you mentioned about over the summer and whatnot. Matvei did get here a little early. Obviously, there's a bit of a language gap, but what have you been able to do maybe to make him feel welcome?
Yeah, I think I credit a lot of Z and Fetty. They've kind of took him under his wing, obviously with the language stuff, and I think even with Jet too, just those guys showing up in the summer and taking time out of their summer to come here and put some hours in. It's it's nice to see, and when you do that, I feel like you end up getting a little more opportunity. I think from the staff, when when it comes down to decisions, I think that that stuff comes into it. So for them, I think. They're young guys, but they're really taking advantage of what's in front of them, and they're going to have great careers because of it.
You're a guy that's had a lot of chemistry with Bobby Brink. He just looks like a stronger, more confident guy. What have you seen from him?
Yeah, Bob was here all summer too. He looks really fast. Honestly, his skating is really good. In that preseason game, he probably the fastest guy on the ice, him and Jet. So, I think just him getting stronger, being more confident with the puck, and him and I, we try to play a little two-man game when we're out there. So it's easy. He's so good along the walls and things like that, opening his hips. So he keeps doing that. Hopefully we'll have a good season together.
As a guy who's a big Phillies fan and watching the games and watching them celebrate the other night, does that kind of give you a little bit more drive maybe with seeing how good a Philly team can be?
Yeah, 100%. I think you just see how much into it the fans are when a team's going to make the playoffs, and obviously they win the division, and the city just really gets behind them. So we're just trying to do the same thing. I think a lot of people, especially with our young guys coming up, I think the fans are really excited for what's going to happen this year, and it's our job to give them what they want.